Alright, what's up guys? I am back reacting to yet another video of Is Fortnite Dying? I did this last time to a Cypher PK video when he made that one. CourageJD just made one of these videos, and I'm going to watch it first time and give my thoughts on it, see if I agree with what he's got to say.
Is Fortnite dying? The Battle Royale
Sorta.
mode has seen less players than ever before, and the decline has been steady. With Roblox continuing to explode in popularity, and
I'm really
top
glad.
streamers and content creators trying out other games.
I'm really glad, like what he just said, top streamers are talking about this. It had to be said, bro. It had to be said.
I will be playing Roblox.
Is Fortnite finally over, or are there things Epic Games can do to save it? Today, I'm going to be covering 20 things Epic can do to save Fortnite, and it starts right at the top. Epic has become too reliant on collabs for Fortnite. You know, back in the day,
That's
when there would
so
be a
true,
collab
man.
for Fortnite, it
That's so
wouldn't just
true.
take over the whole game. It would seamlessly weave into what Fortnite had going on, and it seemed
They
like
do
it was the honor of the
so many
collab
collabs
between
these days. It's
Fortnite and
insane.
ride Fortnite's
They gotta
wave
chill.
versus Fortnite using the collab as a crutch. In the most recent event, when Superman just kind of came in and eliminated the bug, instead of Superman being part of the event, he just kind of took it over, and I don't know, it just seemed like it really killed the hype for me. At number 2,
Yeah, like,
Fortnite
why
has
didn't he do
become
that?
too formulaic. Back in
It's
chapter
like the whole
1,
time.
there was mystery on what would go on. You know, Kevin the Cube randomly spawning, or meteorites beginning to fall from the sky. You
Yep.
had this feeling of you couldn't miss a day of Fortnite because you never knew what was going to
The
happen.
storyline, bro.
Whereas instead now, it seems like a lot of those mini events or things that happen are very obviously time gated, and even down to when seasons launch and the kind of cadence of what Fortnite is at. If you think about it, back with the black hole, when season X ended, we didn't know what was going on with that, and it kind of caught everyone off guard and put us on the edge of our seats. I want to see more of that brought back to Fortnite. At number 3, honestly, the overall battle royale genre is slowing down. Battle royale had its heyday moment with PUBG, with Fortnite, with Apex Legends, but now that genre seems to have been kind of exhausted.
Cypher said this,
and has been slowing down. So I think it's up.
but I think a lot of people are excited for Battlefield's BR. So I wouldn't say it's completely gone, but yeah, bro, you see like games trying to implement BRs and they just don't take off. So we'll see.
To Fortnite to continue to adapt the battle royale genre, because Fortnite's battle royale is still what gets people downloading and playing the game. At number 4, I think Epic really needs to make rebooting much easier.
Please,
you know,
bro.
we've had other
He's 4
modes
for
like
4 so far.
Reload introduced and Blitz introduced, which have really sped up the
Rebooting
game, and have
is
made
so
people value their
slow.
life less, or
It's
have
so
given them
slow.
a reason to just back out or respawn when they get eliminated. Well, in battle royale, it's still a big thing. When you get eliminated, you're dead for much longer than these other modes. I would like to see
Warzone. Peak Warzone, you could literally come back, die, and then come back again. Like, maybe they got to do something like that. Maybe they got to do a gulag. Maybe it's time for that.
Where rebooting
5 years
your
later.
friends is much easier and isn't something that alerts the whole map when it's
Yep.
going down. At number 5, there are too many bots in Fortnite. I think everyone would agree with this. I think from top to bottom, it's a known issue. Top players, you don't want them fighting against noobs. But at the same time, don't make it where players who've been playing the game for years no longer feel any sort of excitement around the game because all they're facing are AI. Decrease the amount of bots, but then make sure no game can end with bots. Well, right now,
The beginning of my
game
games
is ending with bots. It
start with
completely
bots.
kills that big payoff moment, and it makes the cycle of
Almost
playing
all the
games
time.
of Fortnite feel very dull. At number 7,
Yep.
add a casual mode. It's simple as that. But we shouldn't have to have a mode where you're only facing real people be named expert mode. No, we should instead have a casual mode that people can go and play. This is a big one. We need a better in-game storyline.
Yes,
Back
thank you very
in
much.
start
Yo, he's
Fortnite,
cooking.
People were on the edge of their seat trying to figure out
been
where
saying
the
this
Fortnite
shit.
storyline was going. It was something that engaged the entire community. People would
Yeah.
get fired up about what's going on. They'd want to learn about these new Fortnite characters like Jones, like the Seven, like the IO, like Midas, the Cube Queen, anything like that. Think about Chapter 6. We've had demons, we've had Japan-themed start, we've had superheroes come up, we've had bugs pop
Star
up.
Wars.
None of it makes sense, and it seems like seasons just jump place
It
to
does
place
not
with no
correlate,
real
barely.
payoff for a larger storyline that happens and develops across a whole chapter.
You know why I think that is? Because it's the yearly chapters. They have 1 year to do this stuff. Dude, they're not going to... It might be laziness. It might actually be laziness. I feel like they're scared to do an entire storyline again because the chapter's just going to reset in another year. Dude, so make chapters longer than a year again, and then you can have time to flesh out the story. It's as easy as that.
I think that
I
there
don't know
should
why
be
they
a
don't do that.
storyline that builds from
Chapter
the
7
start
should
of the
be
chapter
longer.
to the end, instead of there being this bouncing around that doesn't seem seamless. Instead of there being this bouncing around that doesn't seem seamless. That ties in perfectly to my next point. I think each chapter should end with a major storyline, large-scale event, like a monster versus mech or a cube queen map flip. You know, those are storylines that develop.
It's got to be
over
grand.
seasons,
It's got to be
over a
huge.
chapter. And instead of it feeling like you can kind of just leave Fortnite and you won't miss anything, reward the players who stick around and make it be like a here's what you missed sort of moment instead of a none of this matters sort of moment. At number 10,
He's
I
cooking,
want to
man.
see Fortnite bring back better rewards. Back in Chapter 1, Season 9, we had the awesome Fort Bites. And if you did the 100 Fort Bite challenges, you unlocked a super cool skin. That skin is obviously ultra rare now because you had to be around then to get it. It was a skin that...
And those were secret skins. They're not even secret anymore. They're revealed straight from the rip. So that's lost its value. Also, man, the game has no soul anymore, bro. It's got no soul. I just saw a thing saying that you're going to be able to sell stuff for V-Bucks in creative games. We're not Roblox, man. We're not Roblox. It's a shame.
That rewarded you for checking out the map, seeing what was new in Fortnite, interacting with players. You've not had anything like that in ages. And I think would be a great way to incentivize people to get on and interact with the map and see what's going on. It's one of my most popular videos in history because people love rare skins, especially ones that aren't locked behind a paywall, like Renegade Raider, like the OG Skull Trooper skin. At number 11, this goes back to the storyline. No more dialogue storyline big moments.
I know,
Earlier
dude.
in this
He is
chapter or in chapter
cooking.
5, Peely got kidnapped. It was an awesome start to a storyline. It was something that I think was going to really fire up the community.
Not really.
One of the most beloved characters taken. Imagine the whole community having to rally together to save Peely. It would have been absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
We
they
just
could have
kinda
done more
got a
with that.
dialogue box and a loading screen of Peely on the back of one of the heroes being saved, and it was like,
Again,
what? Imagine if there was an event around saving Peely.
it's like there's no effort. It's like there's no effort.
Been fired up, and instead we just kind of got this awesome storyline that Epic was introducing, just revealed to us in the lamest way. At number 12 is bring back community icons like Klombo and Kevin the Cube. Those were beloved things in Fortnite.
Klombo, by the way, one of the most unique things they've ever done. A giant creature walking around the map that was actually useful, and they never brought anything like that back ever again. Closest thing was a freaking turtle, but that thing stayed in one spot and was on like the edge of the map. Dude, it's like they don't even try anymore, bro.
You know, people loved seeing what was going to happen with Kevin the Cube. People loved seeing what was going to happen with Klombo. It was this thing that had everyone on the edge of their seats, and again, went back to what I mentioned earlier, where it was no longer formulaic. We had to go on and experience day in and day out. It was lively, it was moving, it was something that you could talk about and try to theory craft on what was going to go down instead of just kind of being spoon-fed the information. At number 13, I'd love to see more Easter eggs and secret challenges.
He's cooking,
Earlier
man.
In this chapter, we had so
I agree
many
with almost
Easter
everything
eggs
he said
to
so
start
far.
off. We had the sprites and lifting them in front of the gates to let people
Those are
in.
gone.
We had all sorts of cool things that
If you kept those,
hopped on and engaged with
I think
and
we'd be
played,
fine still.
you got to see these things, and all of them trended and went viral, and you'd want to go take part in the experience yourself. You know, the little area at Flooded Frogs where you had to use the Void Oni mask to get on through. We had the turtles where you could go and interact.
Which, by the way, this little like secret POI, I think it was there after the masks went away. Dude, which meant you can't even go in there. When that POI was still there, I'm pretty sure it was still there, right? The secret spot was there, but the masks were gone, which means there was literally no way of accessing it. Yeah, they just kept it there. I'm telling you, bro, laziness is it could be it's something to discuss. Laziness.
We had the turtles where you could go and interact with. Whereas
those
now
were cool.
in this season, all of that's gone. They've completely done away with all of those things. And
again, season 1 was
lively.
I thought season 1 of this chapter was really good, and I'm pausing it a ton. Season 1 was really good. Really good. And they kind of just threw it out the window at season 2 and onward.
At number 14, we have to cut down on leaks in Fortnite. Right now, leaks spoil all the big things and kind of give away everything that's to come in Fortnite.
I'm literally about to upload a video about how Chapter 7 could have been leaked.
Attack leaks, find ways to shut down leaks, and really make it where the big reveals happen in front of our eyes in Fortnite versus through Twitter threads and random TikToks and articles that come out. At number 15, this has actually already been confirmed as I'm beginning to record this video. We've got to relaunch Ranked and overhaul the system with
Rank
better
2.0
incentives.
is coming.
We need to rank above Unreal to keep people grinding once they get Unreal. Right now, once you get Unreal, people just quit or they stop caring about how they play. We have to make it harder to rank up to Unreal. We have to make it where people can fall out of Unreal if they're performing poorly. We have to make it where there's kind of less ranked experiences because the player base is getting split too thin. In my opinion, when the new ranked season of Battle Royale comes out, ranked reload should be shut off for about 6 weeks or shouldn't be updated. So everyone floods into ranked Battle Royale. Give us incredible rewards. Give us an emoticon for free that we can kind of show off what our top rank is to show the difference between an Unreal player at 200,000 versus an Unreal player in the top 1,000. At number 16.
Here's an idea. Make your rank go down the longer that you don't play. So if you are in like Diamond 2 and you haven't played for like a month, it should go down to like Diamond 1 or what's before Diamond? Or Platinum 3. Like, I think that'd be a good idea. It would kind of punish players for not playing the mode, right? So if you want to get a high rank, you got to play, or else it's going to go down. It's just an idea.
We need improvements to UEFN and we need them fast. You know, the vision for Epic was to create this metaverse where people downloaded individual Fortnite UEFN experiences.
It's just brain rot shit.
There's no UEFN experiences that are worth downloading 120 gigabytes of Fortnite. There's no thin client yet like Roblox. If you want to play a certain Roblox mode, you can just download that mode and sign right in. Whereas on Fortnite, thin client isn't here yet and UEFN keeps having major delays. They've delayed so many things. And I think instead of that system being big enough to draw in new players,
I don't know about UEFN, man.
The focus on UEFN,
I don't know,
like, has taken away from keeping Battle Royale great, which is still
it's made me some money.
People
but
downloading Fortnite. These other
I don't know
modes
about
don't
it.
have enough pull yet to get people to download Fortnite just to play Brain Rot Simulator or a Tycoon. That's not, people aren't downloading Fortnite just to play those.
I don't even want to look at that when I get in the game.
Number 17, we've got to give creators better tools. You know, back in chapter 4, we had something called Creative Royale, where the top creators could interact with the Fortnite Battle Royale map, give ourselves unique tools like the ability to fly around or shut off the storm or kind of move around.
That's something that gave the game soul.
And all sorts of creative videos. Well, now all of that is gone. We have to go in and hope we get a zone pull or hope that we get the POI where we want it to be. And then
there's no playground. Why is playground not in the game? Why is it not in the game? I used to go when I was little, back in chapter 1. I would go in the game and just watch the cube just flip and flip over for like hours. I would just sit in playground, just watch it happen. I would do the same for the cube island when it would move from rune to rune. You can't do that now. Literally, like, the only way you can do that is through a custom game. Those don't take forever. That's your standard Fortnite game. There needs to be playground mode, bro. Why is that not in the game?
I hope we don't get griefed by a 14-year-old or get griefed by someone who just comes in and kills a lobby because we can't make ourselves invincible. And instead of creators being able to make these videos that have amassed hundreds of millions of views across top creators' channels to bring eyes and excitement to Battle Royale, we're just very pigeonholed and we never got new tools to make up for it. So that's kind of left us very few ways to make engaging content around the Battle Royale. Number 18. We need a better profile system. You know, people have been playing Fortnite Battle Royale now for 8 years, and really there's no way to show off your achievements. Think about everything you've done, the thousands of wins you've gotten, the tens of thousands of eliminations, maybe your favorite skin.
This wouldn't apply to me though, because I lost that account.
Badges for showing off that you were part of so many different incredible Fortnite events. Imagine if you could click on someone, view their profile, and see something that they set up showing badges for taking part in events, showing what their highest rank was, showing basically creativity, almost like a social media profile to say, hey, here's everything I've done in Fortnite. And it could amass their eliminations, kind of like what they have on Apex Legends, but really more like the Halo 3 service record.
They should add weapon
back
charms.
In Halo 3 in 2007,
I think they will soon.
You could show off
your
character, your highest rank, what level you beat the campaign on, what you've achieved in the game, your favorite.
These players he's up against are terrible.
Clips, all of
some of them aren't even bots.
Downloadable and possible through the file share system. It was so far ahead of its time, and
I don't think he's played in a while.
To really see people wanting to celebrate their long, robust history.
That's true.
The game. At number 19, I want to see an overhaul to the menu.
Yes,
UI.
dude. The UI is horrific.
Confusing to load up Fortnite.
They killed it.
Find
They killed
exactly what you want to play.
And kind of related to that, why did they ever get rid of rarities? Why? Another thing Chapter 5 did that I will never forgive it for. They got rid of rarities. What the hell is the reason?
Even
yeah,
right
UI
now,
needs to be revamped.
It's like
they killed it, man.
Zero build is like finding a
In a
needle
bad
in a
way.
haystack, or finding new experiences.
They destroyed the freaking UI, man.
Discovery seems so behind the ball compared to other modes, where it's still just the same top game modes because there's no discovery into new things. You know, I want to see and get fed really cool solo experiences, or get shown
instead of brain rot shit that I would never click on in my life.
Instead of just the same red versus blue or the same thing. At number 20,
Preach.
the number one thing that Fortnite could give to save the game is
wow, he really timed this video amazing.
CourageJD an icon skin.
Get out of here, bro. Get at it. If anything, TG. If anything, TG. I agree with mostly everything he said. I think the game has lost its identity. I think it has. Yeah, it's trying to be something it's not supposed to be. They've steered away from what makes Fortnite Fortnite. That's its soul, bro. It doesn't have a soul anymore. You know, do with that take what you will. I don't know. It makes sense in my head. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you guys want to see more of these reaction videos. Because I'm glad people are talking about the player count. I'm glad people are talking about that it's kind of bad right now. So yeah, see y'all in the next one.